Hello fellow crafters, it's Miss Darling in the studio, and I'd like to share with you a journal I finished making, 2-3 weeks ago, but I'm just now getting around to showing it to you. And this has a lot of really nice ephemera pockets and all kinds of delicious things inside it that I have made and filmed in previous videos, so you'll see some things that you recognize if you follow me on a regular basis. That said, let's get started. So this is my cover, and this is from a beautiful napkin. I had to use 2 of them and collage them together in order to cover the whole size of the cover itself, and then I've glazed over it with some acrylic glaze to help protect it from fingerprints or from being torn away. And then on the spine and the back, I have covered it with this very colorful kind of more country print and reds, and then it is bound together in a style that is called the shibori. It's a Japanese style of bookbinding, and so that's what I used rather than sewing it in. And then I made this fun little tassel that I've attached to the spine, and you can take it off, of course, and it's just made with some beads and ribbon and torn pieces of fabric that I've used in the journal in some way, and some ribbon and trim. Okay, so we'll set that aside for now, and let's just take a quick peek. I'm not going to go into too much detail, and certainly not every page in here. It's quite chunky, as you can see, and so we'll just kind of breeze through it. So here is the inside sheet, and I used up a lot of masterboards and journal pages that I've made. Some are things I bought in a kit from other creators, and so I just thought I'm going to throw it all together in this journal, and it'll kind of come out sort of boho style, very heavy on florals as a theme, and florals and beautiful women, vintage women. And so here we go. So this is the cover of my first signature. There are 2 signatures in here, and so you can see how colorful this is, and lots of flowers. Here is one of the circular clusters that I made and showed in a previous video. Here is a side pocket, kind of a triangular shape. I did a video on making these, and then I've just stuck in some tags that I have on hand. And flipping it over, what is different and new that I've never done before, let me show you this. If you're old like me, you will remember that our filing system, long before the internet came along, were index cards. And this is a 4x6 index card, and they have these little tags that stick up, and they might have the days of the month, the days of a week. They might state the Monday or Sunday through Saturday, or they might be the months of the year. And anyway, it was a filing system that I used, and so I found these in my desk and pulled them out and thought, I'm going to decorate the back of those, and these could be easy to just clip on with a paper clip into a journal. And so I pre-decorated this without just using up scraps that I had on hand, and without even thinking about where I might use them or when. But you're going to find out how lucky I was. But I just made a whole bunch of these and designed them perfectly to go into this journal. So here was one, and I thought it just looked very lovely against this floral page on the other side. Here's another one. See how lucky I was that these colors are just perfect to go along with this page on the other side. And there's plenty of space in this journal for people to journal, and a lot of the space is lined that makes it really easy and neat. And here's a small little pocket that I stuck in here, and some smaller ephemera. And I try to color coordinate my open spread, whatever it is. The left side must feel good with the right side. And by feeling good, I mean it needs to be color coordinated and well placed. And so you'll see a lot of that in here. Here's a part of a doily, another one of those color pockets with a tag and a postcard. And you flip it over, and I had these really tall brown envelopes, and I don't remember how I came across them, but I had several of them, and so I thought, oh, I'm just going to use them as is and just, put something simple on and make them a flip out. And so here you can see the other side of the flip out of the tall journal, and then I've got some tags, stuck in there and overflowing. So this journal has a lot of that kind of thing sticking out the top. And see how beautiful that those go together. And so here's one of the jumbo envelopes that I made to use as a flip out. And so I have a video that I just posted showing those. And so here's the inside of that, and you could get an idea of how all three of these pages coordinate together. So then, just some paper ephemera, and what I like to do, I might have a sheet of paper, for instance, like this, and I'm not going to really do anything with it, but fold it over and make it a place where someone could add some additional journaling. So then flip it over. Here's another one of those index cards that I had pre-designed and collaged, and look how great that looks together. Flip it over, another one of the tall brown envelopes, and that is a flip out, of course, and so we get to see the whole spread. This is just a small tag I had. Here's another place where I made just folded something in half, made a place for journaling, and just paper clipping it in there. So another one of my jumbo envelopes that is a flip out, and you can see how beautiful that all looks together. Just a simple pocket at the bottom for some ephemera. I'm just using up things that I have in my studio. This was the back of a red number 2 playing card. I did a whole series of videos on decorating a whole deck of jumbo playing cards. And so now I found the perfect place to put one of them. And doesn't that look great together? Flip it over, another one of my jumbo envelopes. It's a flip out, of course. We have a doily here. Moving on, here's another one of the index cards. See, doesn't it look very boho? I just love how this turned out. It's so colorful, and there's just a ton of places to journal. Now here I took one of the jumbo envelopes, and instead of flipping it out on the edge of a page, I adhered it with fabric in here, and so it's going to flip out on the inside. And I just thought that would be a fun, a different way to treat those, to add some variety, especially when you're using a lot of a similar nature. of ephemera inside, position it differently to, change it up here and there. So we'll just move on quickly. You can see how colorful it all is. This was the end of signature 1. Now we start signature 2. And these were, all masterboards. And, as I said, some I created and some were part of kits that I purchased from other creators. Another one of the corner pockets. Here's another. See, yeah, I was so lucky that I had this foreknowledge that if I decorated it this way, it was going to be the perfect coloring to go with this. I didn't do that, of course. I'm not that clever. But wasn't I lucky? Anyway, moving on. Here's another one of the flip-out jumbo envelopes. And another card that just magically went with this page. Ugh, this is so fun. And just, moving on, using up what I have. Masterboards, journal pages. Here's another one of the circular clusters I did a video on. And then here's the mate to the other playing card. This is the black spades, and the other one was red, but they were designed on the back to color coordinate with each other. And just doesn't that play well? I just love how this turned out. And so then here's another one of those large jumbo envelopes, and I won't take the time to show you what's inside, tags, art cards, postcards, that kind of thing. And so moving on, another jumbo envelope. Used a lot of them up in this journal because it's so multicolored. You can easily get away with combining lots of different things together that maybe in a tighter color palette of a journal you wouldn't be able to do. It just wouldn't feel right. But in this one, it's just so perfect. And here, we have just, writing things. It's just beautiful. And I lucked out again. Doesn't that look absolutely perfect to go with that page? And oh, what fun. And yeah, those old index cards getting themselves used up. And so we're almost through. And here's another flip out envelope and other end of a doily. And we're winding down, and just some added things, paper clipped. And we get to the last page, and here's the end of our second signature and the end page of the journal. Very boho-like, I think, and just was absolute fun to make. And this was made, of course, over a long period of time because I was filming various things that have been incorporated into it or used up in, another journal that I may or may not have shared with you. So I hope you enjoyed this little romp through this boho journal, and appreciate you being with me. And let me know in the comments section how you think. If you were inspired, I hope, to look around and see what you may have from bygone eras that you can now give a new life to. And that's what junk journaling is all about. Having fun and giving old things a new life and a new appreciation value. So, that said, this is Miss Darling calling this a wrap. Bye-bye.